Hello, I'm Aaron, and today we'll be going over Lesson 3, 7th grade. So, for the first one, let's scroll down and try a harder problem. How about number 7? So, the equation P equals 7T represents the number of players P reflected by the number of football teams T. How many players are there in a football team? So, we know that P means players and T means teams. So if we look at the equation, P equals 7T, that means for every one team, there's going to be 7 players. Because if you look at it, you can plug 1 into T. So P equals 7 times 1, which is just 7. So there's 7 players per one team, which means the answer is B. For A, 5 flies have 20 wings, and 7 flies have 28 wings. How many wings does a fly have? So we can just make these as a ratio. So 5 flies has 20 wings. And using just this one, we can solve it, but they're kind enough to give us a second example. 7 flies have 28 wings. Now we can just divide to find our answer. So if we divide 20 by 5, because there's 20 wings for 5 flies, that will give us 4 wings for every 1 fly. And just to check our answer, we can do the same for this second ratio. We can divide 28 wings by 7 flies, which will give us the same number, same ratio, which means our answer is correct. There's 4 wings in every 1 fly. The answer is B again. Now for these problems, we have to identify and correct the error in evaluating the expression. So here you can see that some anonymous person has already worked out the problem, but they made an error. So we have to find it. We start with 1 plus 13 in parentheses divided by 7 plus 7. So just looking at it, you can tell that this is a PEMDAS problem. And if you remember, PEMDAS tells us the order in which we should solve a problem. So P stands for parentheses, E is exponents, x squared, and stuff like that. M and D are multiplication and division, and then addition and subtraction. So just looking at it, first is parentheses, which is good. They added 1 and 13. Next, it should be multiplication and division because it's before addition. However, here you can see that they added these two, which is the wrong answer. Instead, here they should have divided by 7, which would have given them 2 plus 7, and a final answer of 9. For number 2, we have 20 minus 1 half times 6 squared. So if you remember, the first thing we should do here is exponents. However, here they didn't do that. They multiplied the half times 6 first. So right away, this should have been 20 minus 1 half times 36, because 6 squared is 6 times 6, which is 36. And then from here, we can work through the problem. We should do this multiplication before we do the subtraction. So now we have 20 minus the half of 36 is 18. And this gives us 2. Our final answer is 2, not 11. Next, we can try evaluating some expressions on our own. So why don't we do number 4? 11 plus r cubed minus 2r when r is equal to 5. So if you remember, we just plug in 5 into all these r's. So just 2 r's, 11 plus, and this is 5 cubed because the r was being cubed, minus 2, 5. And then now we just evaluate. 5 cubed is 5 times 5 times 5, which is 25 times 5, which is 125. So a bigger number. And then 2 and 5 is 10. And now we just have addition and subtraction, so we can just add 11 and 125 and subtract 10, which is the same as just adding 1. And the final answer is 126. We can also try this problem over here. What is the value of x squared divided by 25 plus 3x when x is equal to 10? So just like before, we plug it in. So we have x squared divided by 25, all of that, plus 3x, which is 3 times 10. So in the parentheses, we do the exponents first. So we have 100 divided by 25. 100 divided by 25, and then 100 divided by 25 is, of course, 4. And then this is 4. Meanwhile, 3 times 10 is the same as 30, and that means our final answer is 34. Here we got 30 because before we add, we have to do multiplication. And 34 would be B. Lots of B's. Next, we can try number 4, which is the last problem in this worksheet. So the rental cost for a campsite is $25 plus $2 per person. We need to write an expression for the total cost, and then we need to find the total cost for 5 people. So first, let's write an expression. So we know that the cost, we can write that as C, is equal to $25 plus $2 per person. So that means it's $2 per person, 2p if we use p as the variable for person. And now we have our expression. It's that simple. Next, we need to find the cost for 5 people. So using this 5, we can plug it into our p is people. And if we just rewrite that, cost is equal to 25 plus $2 per person, so 2 times 5, which is 10. And we add 25, and 25 plus 10 is 35. So that means C is $35, so our total cost for 5 people is $35. Thank you.